I'm Matt Bouchard here in New York City for REIT Week 2019, NAREIT's Investor Conference. Joining me today is Jim Taylor, President and CEO of Brixmor Property Group. Jim, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, Matt. Thank you for having me.
Now, can you describe some of the efforts Brixmor has been taking to become a more balanced capital recycler?
Sure. Well, over the last 18 months, we've actually sold about $1.5 billion of our portfolio, really strategically going through our markets and our assets and identifying those that presented less growth opportunities for us as a company or in markets that weren't strategic. Having done that, we're now in a position where we can be more balanced as a capital recycler, matching dispositions with acquisitions, as well as investments in making our shopping centers better. So it's really an exciting phase for us as a company as we turn towards playing offense versus just simply pruning the portfolio.
And what trends are you seeing in small shop leasing, and what's driving activity in that segment?
We actually are setting a record as a company in this environment from a small shop leasing perspective. I think a lot of it is being driven by increased focus, being driven by the investments that we're making in the centers that we own, and really trying to move each of our assets closer to our purpose, which is to own the center of the community that we serve. And the breadth of uses in small shops is really quite broad. It's everything from services to restaurants to health and wellness to small format fitness, local, regional, and even national operators. So it's a great element of our shopping center to connect it with the community it serves. And we're certainly seeing a lot of great momentum, particularly as we invest in the centers, as we replace an old tired Kmart with the Sprouts and LA Fitness, and really try to bring in uses that draw traffic, which then feed the small shops.
And picking up on that, how is Brixmor working to bring in tenants that are going to be the best match for the centers? And at the same time, how's the company proactively reducing exposure to some of those potentially outdated retail concepts?
Well, the good news about our business is that we're able to look forward several years. Retailers will commit to space for 2020 and 2021 today. In fact, at ICSC, we were talking about pipelines going out a couple of years. What that allows you to do as a landlord is to really address the fundamental question you're raising, which is what is needed and how will that use be relevant or not to the community. And our job as a landlord is to really match the most vibrant use and relevant use with that community. The retailers are very sophisticated. They use a lot of data. We on the landlord side are increasingly using data to try to understand exactly the area served by the shopping center, as well as to understand the benefits of certain co-tenancies. And across a portfolio of 420 assets, we have a lot of data. So we understand what does well, for example, with a Kroger that does over 700 a foot. And we look at those types of uses to really be thoughtful about what's going to make that shopping center thrive. Not simply, fill the space, but rather what's going to make it vibrant and allow the tenants to succeed, so we ultimately will.
Great. Jim, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Matt.
For more from REIT Week 2019, be sure to visit NAREIT's website, REIT.com. And finally, we're here at REIT Week. What's the importance of this conference in terms of your company's ability to reach out to investors?
I think it's incredibly important. I think the scope and scale of the investment community that comes here to meet with these companies is really quite impressive. And it allows us in a relatively short period of time to really reach billions of dollars of potential investment capital in one-on-one meetings, which I think are very effective, as well as group-on-one meetings. It's a great couple of days, and I'm looking forward to it.